everyone, welcome to my channel. So I think many of you have studied Japanese during college or in your high school. But after finishing school, how have you been studying Japanese? Is it easy to study on your own? Well, I have seen so many people who stop studying Japanese after finishing school. I totally understand. It's not easy because after finishing school, nobody gives you assignment or exams, which means no deadlines or no letter grades, and no teachers, no classmates means nobody is going to encourage you to keep studying Japanese. So today, I like to give you 5 steps to learn Japanese on your own. So this video is going to be beneficial for people who have studied Japanese during college or in high school, but also for people who like to start studying Japanese on your own. So 5 tips. 1. Find your reason. 2. Discover your motivation. Number 3. Planning. 4. Reflection. Number 5. Be your own cheerleader. So, number 1. Find your reason. 理由を見つけてください. So, 理由 is reason. So, what is the reason for learning Japanese? So, if you like to work in Japan in the near future, that can be a reason, or reason can be more broad. For example, if you like to study Japanese because you like Japanese culture, that's good. So number 2 is discover your motivation. モチベーションを見つけてください. So before talking about motivation, what is the difference between reason and motivation? So when you think about motivation, you need to think beyond your reason for learning Japanese. So for example, if you like to work in Japan, that's your reason for learning Japanese. But when you like to discover your motivation, ask yourself these 3 questions. First of all, how fluency in Japanese will change your life? Number 2, what would you like to do using Japanese if you're fluent in Japanese? Number 3, how do you feel about it? Are you excited about it? So motivation is very important because your motivation should inspire you and help you shift your focus from the present moment to the future. So step number 2 is find your motivation. Number 3 is planning. 計画を立ててください. So when you plan, depends on your goals or current level, it would be good if you can identify which areas you like to improve. And then I highly recommend you choose one for grammar and another for actual language use. So for example, if your goal is to land your dream job in Japan, you may want to focus on keigo, which is grammar focus, and another one for interview skills, which is a performance focus. And if you have several areas you like to work on, just pick one of them. And second, set a deadline. So first of all, breaking down a huge goal into smaller pieces, because smaller the goal is, easier you can accomplish. So lastly, make a schedule. So when it comes to scheduling, be specific. So for example, if you want to study 3 times a week, that's good. But which days of the week? What time? How long? what area you like to focus on, what kind of activities you're going to do. Be specific. Number 4 is reflection. 振り返ってください。So, keeping a reflective journal is very helpful, not only to check your growth, but also to improve your learning strategies. So, if your learning strategy is not effective, it doesn't work. And you're not required to write a reflective journal every single day. Probably once a week or every other week would be enough. So I will create another video just about reflective journal. But what can you write on reflective journal? So here's my suggestion. Is your current learning strategy effective? If you think so, why? If you don't think so, why? And then if it doesn't work, how can you make it work? So tips number 5, be your own cheerleader. 自分のチアリーダーになってください。応援してください。Encourage yourself. So learning on your own is not easy. I 100% understand. So last step is be your own cheerleader. 自分のチアリーダーになってください。自分を応援してください。So encourage yourself. Because learning on your own is not easy. So celebrate your small win. And if you have a accountable partner, it would be good. But even if you have an accountable partner or teacher, it's not easy to keep learning Japanese every single day. Every now and then you might feel discouraged. I totally understand. So don't forget to celebrate your small wins and then keep encouraging yourself. 頑張ってください. So these are 5 steps to learn Japanese on your own. Do you remember number 1? Find your reason. 理由を見つけてください. Number 2, discover your motivation. モチベーションを見つけてください. Number 3, planning. 計画を立ててください. Number 4, reflection. 振り返ってください. Number 5, be your own cheerleader. 自分のチアリーダーになってください. What do you think about these steps? I like to hear your thoughts. So thank you so much for watching my video and see you next time. Bye!